All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome. Welcome to a game between Fly and Yumiko. This game taking place here on Last Refuge. Over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have Fly spawning as well, the blue orc, spamming away, getting those actions per minute off over here. Meanwhile, over here on the top right, we have Yumiko spawning as the red human and orc, well, their classic tale of not liking each other going back all the way to WarCraft 2, which seems like so many years ago in my childhood. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going down in this one particular 1v1 matchup, human versus orc. And before, I could always say with certainty that it was going to be Archmage versus Blade Master. That is no longer the case, although that is still a popular matchup, and it does make these opening minutes just a little bit more normal. I will say that the openings seem to have become much more standard now. I don't see that many very fast tech to tier 2s any longer. We are going to see an Altar of Storms. There's a Blade Master going for the classic barracks opening, going up against an Archmage. And there's nothing wrong with the classics. Classic strategies tend to be very strong in Warcraft 3 just because it's the strategy that is just used often. Meanwhile, oh, what is this doing off over here? A little bit of micro issues as the units are trying to like make their way and position themselves. I'm not quite sure why Yumiko actually did some curious peasant movements there, perhaps trying to make it so that only this one tree needs to end up getting, well, harvested a little bit later. All right, let's take a look. A little bit faster movement as they're all pulling back. Footman now making its rounds as well. Archmage should be coming out across. Meanwhile, the Blade Master may be heading off to, well, this particular Forest Troll High Priest to take him down, get some items, as we're looking at still no Voodoo Lounge as of yet. The Voodoo Lounge does take quite a bit amount of lumber. I believe it's 40 lumber to set it up, as nope. Well, all right, I take it back. A little bit of a head fake by Fly. He opened up and started showing a Blade Master, and then eventually ended up going for a Farseer. Farseer, double Spirit Wolves now making their way over. Spirit Wolves actually causing a little bit of traffic on the way there. Meanwhile, Militia going to go ahead and easily clear out many of these units here. There goes that Water Elemental, though. Let's take a look back across. On the other side, Farseer not actually going to get in any harassment, perhaps trying to steal some experience, but I think more damage could have been done if there was actually, well, a Farseer in amongst these units. Very obvious there, Tome of Agility. Archmage is like, I need to grab that. I need to make sure that, well, that Blade Master that's coming nearby doesn't take it. Farseer does steal that last hit, though. That's why you saw that +9 gold on that hit there. Archmage, well, not quite as ahead as it normally wants to be, as it is very close now to tier 2. All right, Water Elemental could end up getting taken down. We are looking at a little bit of healing coming across here. Footman could get pulled back. We are looking at some Spirit Wolves, though. So those Spirit Wolves could end up, well, and let's take a look. Farseer going to try to get that last shot off on there, and it does not get it. Farseer now trying to pull that back again. Water Elemental, new one, is dropped down. Is it going to get level 2? No, it is not again, as the Farseer is just going to try and put damage onto that Forest Troll Shadow Priest instead. Damage, however, getting thrown onto that Farseer, as the Farseer now pulling back, as the Archmage is just trying to creep in peace. Now, the upside of clearing out this mercenary camp early on is that you do have access to the Forest Troll Shadow Priest and can hire up a Forest Troll Berserker. The downside, though, is, well, you still are not using this time that you have normally early on to set up an expansion. Instead, we are going to be looking at a tech to tier 2, and that is a lot of peasants on lumber. There may actually be, well, just far too much lumber and not enough supply units. We're looking at 32 over 26, but I gotta believe a lot of that is just extra units out on the field here as more militia are being called over again. It looks like the Archmage will be just shy of level, well, no, actually pretty much on the money, 502 when it needed 500. Coming back across here, another Forest Troll Shadow Priest gonna join in on the ranks, but that does come as a little bit of a shocker to me. Normally, you are trying to train up a lot of mercenary camp units if you don't believe your tech is going to be able to keep up with your opponent. With that, though, with hiring up an additional Forest Troll Shadow Priest and a Forest Troll Berserker, it is going to cause a little bit of delay in your tech. while you will be able to train up just as valuable units later on. Archmage picks up a second Circlet of Nobility, high damage indeed, 700 mana, and that essentially, each Circlet of Nobility almost acts as another level in stats. Tauren Chieftain now going to make its way down. Burrows are already are already occupied here in order to do a little bit of attacks back. Water Elemental going to try and engage. Farseer is there as well. We could be dropping a Sentry Ward to keep track of everything as well, as the units are just trying to fight back and forth. That Water Elemental not going to be able to do that much as the Spirit Wolves head off to the north as well. Archmage going to engage here. Let's trying to fight their way back through. One Spirit Wolf quickly getting taken, particularly taken down by an Abolish Magic. A sudden drop in hit points. That's the only way that could have happened. Let's take a look. Another one right there, taken down, but it was resummoned instead. Water Elemental going to try and engage up onto all of these creeps here, getting some damage onto the Spirit Wolves as the Tauren Chieftain makes its way out for perhaps a stomp. Water Elemental really doesn't want to give any extra experience. Down to 96 hit points, down to 85. One more shot right there. No, Water Elemental dies in a beautiful, beautiful splash. Water Elemental still getting in some damage in from the backside. 33 to 41 damage. Grunt's going to join in on the fight. Farseer is right there, but actually taking a round of attacks that it didn't really want to. And we're just looking at both sides, playing with a little bit of fire, so to speak. As we're looking at there's an Ogre Magi there, a little bit of separation, and all the Farseer and all Fly can really say is thank you, as we're going to be looking at, there's one very low hit point Ogre Warrior, down to 22 hit points, could have been taken down. There is a Purge onto the Archmage, as the Archmage is now going to be forced to engage now. Tauren Chieftain may throw down a Stomp, waiting for the Stomp. There was, I believe, an Abolish Magic, no, a second Scroll of Speed. We're going to see a Stomp now onto that Force Troll Shadow Priest, both of them. Chain Lightning bouncing around again, as that Tauren Chieftain could be in trouble. Tauren Chieftain very low on hit points, down to 43 hit points. One or two more shots. There it goes, as the Archmage will be able to slip away. Back on the other side here, this entire creep camp was woken up and now ended up falling as well. Many of those units ended up falling as well, as the Archmage should have been coming across to try to chase after some of those Shaman and some of those other units. There goes the Spirit Wolf, Naga, Sea Witch. Well, getting in some damage as well. Item picked up Slippers of Agility, as the Archmage taking some unnecessary experience again. Ogre Warriors, and so many of these units lower on hit points. Thank you. Are these live games? No, they are not. Unfortunately, I cast from replays just because it fits my schedule much better, being a father of 3 now, making it rather difficult. Anyways, Tauren Chieftain purposely pulling back. Voodoo Lounge could get taken down. That is a very big deal, losing that Voodoo Lounge, but there's Purge onto the Water Elemental. There it goes. Are we going to see a little bit of damage onto that Spirit Wolf right there? No, we are not. Water Elemental still is trying to slip away, acting as a bit of a buffer. We are looking at Purge. No Purge either, as the Water Elemental still heading back again. All right, love the cast. Keep them up. Thank you very much. Second Water Elemental is dropped down, and with this, Archmage has no more mana whatsoever. The big issue, though, is we are back here. Griffin Aviary teching the castle, so we could be going into Griffins in just a moment. Do we see the fortified armor? Yes, reinforced defenses will allow for fortified armor. The burrows are not going to be doing nearly as much damage as, those burrows are now going to, instead of taking bonus damage from those Griffins, will actually be taking reduced damage, a 25% almost drop-off overall. All right. Turning things back around. Footman going to perhaps try and turn around and engage. No, not quite yet. Tauren Chieftain wanting to get to level 2, and auras, as we know, incredibly important in this matchup here, just giving a much more powerful overall feel to the army. Tauren Chieftain is going to throw down a Stomp, trying to get into that backside there. Tauren Chieftain now being forced to pull back away. Grunts are going to try to get in as well, as the Naga Sea Witch could turn around. There is a Force Troll Berserker getting purged and just shocked down. Damage is coming through. Peon getting focused down in that strange spot there, and this does not look like a good spot for Yumiko, but Yumiko actually, while catching a Headhunter in transit, should be able to finish those units off. 1 or 2 more shots. There it goes again. Coming back through, level 2 on the Tauren Chieftain, healed back up. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Griffins are getting added in, and we're looking at a supply count of 45. Now, if the big question is if the Naga Sea Witch and the Archmage are able to control the amount of headhunters coming out from the barracks, that should perhaps be enough. I am not looking at that many headhunters. It is very still grunt heavy, as we're looking at the Farseer and the Tauren Chieftain saying, what? There is no expansion yet? That could potentially be an issue too. All right, Paladin is now out onto the field. Paladin going to perhaps be going after, say, some grunts, or really should be going after grunts right now. Going after those grunts there. There in comes some damage. Naga Sea Witch shows up to the party, and there's a purge, there's a stomp, as the Paladin's just going to say, sure, I'll just constantly heal up, throw up a mana shield as well. Tauren Chieftain, you're trying to do so much here. There's out of mana again. There's another Holy Light. Tauren Chieftain uses the Scroll of Town Portal instead, as we're looking at perhaps some more units going to get taken down. All right, units are saved here. Paladin had that staff of, Paladin had the Staff of Sanctuary, staffed back that Naga Sea Witch, who is now healing up once more. And all the units are back here again. Ivory Tower also placed down as well. Speed building, Griffin Riders in that front spot, as we are going to be looking at an influx of Headhunters now. Headhunters needed to counteract all of the Griffins that are currently in the air. All right, 1 Griffin Aviary, 2 Griffin Aviaries, nothing else being trained as of yet. 45 compared to 48 supply, as the Tauren Chieftain stays at level 2 and the Farseer gets to level 4 while leaving behind a Tome of Strength. All right, units now trying to make a little bit of a pull back here. That low hit point footman, is it just going to get Staff of Sanctuary? That's probably what needs to be done. Meanwhile, down here, we're looking at Fly continuing to build his lead and his advantage right now, but he doesn't have the economic advantage. We are looking at an expansion nearly done, and with that expansion nearly done, that could cause some serious problems. All right, going perhaps after some of those Murlocs, and to leave behind that 1 unit Archmage, purposely pulling back to not have to, or trying to give that Paladin and that Naga Sea Witch level 3, Gargantuan Sea Turtle level 7. Paladin may get to level 3 here. Is it going to get there? No, just a little bit shy, and there are no more creeps. Paladin does pick up a Ring of Protection +4, not the item that he was looking for, as we're looking at more clearing of the creep camps again. Fly continuing to do exactly that. The expansion is up and running, and Fly needs to make his presence known in just a little bit of time. All right, going after some of those units. There's a Shockwave finishing off that Water Elemental. Force Troll Berserker now coming across to get damage. Footman very low on hit points. There goes 1 Footman down. Endurance Aura, a big item there. Faster movement speed across the board, as we're looking at 47 supply compared to 50. A 1 Dragonhawk Rider in the air to perhaps try and stop any beast or any bat riders. Scroll of Town Portal now being used in order to save this location here. Raiders may come across with the Ensnare. Are we going to see some engaging? There it goes an Ensnare onto the Dragonhawk Rider. Already down to 268 hit points. Animal War Training not yet done, as it ends up dying in a giant splash. Yumiko not really doing all that much here. Naga Sea Witch trying to fight under the confines, using all of those range units as the Archmage gets up to level 4. We could be looking at another Ensnare here in just a moment. Yes, onto the Griffin, but it did not get pulled too far forward. There goes a Grunt, as the units are trying to fight their way in. Tauren Chieftain going to get inside here. There is a Stomp. Griffin going to try to go up into the air. It ends up getting taken down, as the Paladin unable to heal. A little bit of trailing damage onto that 1 last Grunt right there. It does survive at 12 hit points. And then Ensnare goes down as well. Griffin's able to throw down enough. Are we going to perhaps get a Holy Light onto that 1 Dragonhawk Rider? Yes, it is just in time. Staff of Sanctuary saves it as it pulls back again. All right, 49 supply compared to 44. You can see that Yumiko has the supply advantage, but he doesn't have the army advantage right now. The army just seems so thin across multiple units, as the Griffins are still trying to pull back further. We're looking at a lot of damage being brought in. Another Griffin going to get taken down. Now level 4 on the Tauren Chieftain, as a second Griffin shows up to the party. Holy Light trying to save again, as these units, without any of these knights to engage against those headhunters, that's going to be very bad indeed. But now knights are also out onto the field. Dragonhawk Riders are here, ready to engage. Knights are here as well, going to try and fight back through. Are we going to perhaps get those knights to chase after a raider or two. No, we are not. Those raiders realizing, you know what, now with knights reinforcing and being so close to home, this is actually just a very dangerous spot to try and engage in, as the raiders are now down to 240 hit points. There goes a giant stomp there. Archmage could be in trouble. Gets, well, chain lightning down. Naga Sea Witch going to be the follow-up unit. No, does not fall. Still alive, holding on barely. Are we going to see another Holy Light right there? There is another Holy Light. That 400 hit point heal. So critical, as that Dragonhawk Rider down to 25 hit points ends up surviving again. All right, Dragonhawk Rider trying to re-engage there. Farseer quickly says, nope, not going to allow that, as the units are going to pull back once more. All right, Knight going to try to hold its own in that spot. Perhaps could engage against that Raider while at least it's ensnared. But no, its orders are to move, and that's what it's going to try and do as it falls. Battle still going through here. Griffin's up in the air, going to try to take down a couple of these units. Knight's going to turn back around the corner. Griffin's going to put in some pressure. No repairs on. Nope, there. Finally, the repairs are coming through. Tauren Chieftain. Oh, is that Knight going to get the shot? Yes, it does. Knight is right there. There's a Holy Light trying to save again. Going after the Spirit Wolves once more. Staff of Sanctuary could save that low hit point Knight, but there's a Lightning Shield now on one of those peasants. Peasants being forced to pull back again. Knight trying to go after that. Well, the Tauren Chieftain Troll Bat Rider making its way across. Is it going to find any units? Yes, finds one unit right there, as the Spirit Wolf going to attempt to engage again. It's going to get taken down very quickly, though, as, well, the Arcane Tower was there. All right, Griffins are still engaging. Griffins are incredibly expensive, high experiencing producing units, as the Archmage is, well, not in danger of not getting resurrected. However, the push by Fly is just continuing to gain more and more traction, as Griffins, if they are falling, means that the Tauren Chieftain and that Staff of Sanctuary moving that Knight off over there, and that's not what you want to be looking at right now. Holy Light trying to save it. Damage is coming across right there. Are we going to see? The Griffins could actually focus down those Spirit Wolves. The Spirit Wolves, are they going to be able to make its way back out? No, they are not. It is taken down. That Knight frozen in place, but its life still in front of its eyes. Well, flash before its eyes. All right, Archmage sitting at level 4. Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 3. Paladin, where is that Paladin? Paladin also, I believe, was at level 3. Is it getting resurrected too? It can't be. There he is. Paladin sitting at level 3. Now finally going into low upkeep is Fly. And at this stage, the economic advantage really gave hold for Yumiko. Yumiko was able to hold on to that economic advantage long enough for it to really start paying off. Arcane Tower is right here. Spirit Wolves going to take a lot of damage. That is 1,000 hit points of summoned life that you need to deal with, as those peasants could end up getting taken down. Coming back across here, let's take a look. We are looking also at the expansion on the other side here. Paladin gets in a Divine Shield. Make sure not to have any trouble. Archmage could be in trouble. A quick stomp could cause problems, as the units are trying to separate every which way. Paladin now up to level 4. Divine Shield. Naga Sea Witch could be in trouble as well. It's going to try and head back out. Goes into a strange corner, and it's still somehow in a decent spot, and that is the power of Staff of Sanctuary. If you chase after that unit, well, it's going to get taken down. Meanwhile, Knights going after the Raiders, and the Raiders are also falling very, very much as well. Archmage continuing to engage as well, and all of a sudden, what was a game that looked like it belonged to Fly is now starting to shift to Yumiko, but the Tauren Chieftain just now got to level 5. Holy Light right there. Archmage trying to dance back around. More damage coming through. Going to take down a Kodo as well, as the units are going to go back and engage again. Knights, thank you for the follow, as we're looking at the Spirit Wolves getting ready to fight back again. This 58 supply to 30. All of a sudden, Fly, once the fight was out of his base, well, all of the gold, is there that much of a gold difference? Yes, about a 2,000 gold difference between these units. Knight's going to be able to finish off a handful of peasants left. Doesn't even have sundering armors to deal bonus damage, but still making it a good effect there, as this Knight, well, not be able to survive. Knight could turn around and at least attack that one Raider that is engaging it. And meanwhile, the Knight is back across over here. Let's take a look. There is another Holy Light there. Unit's going to try to back away. Troll Bat Riders finding the Griffins and taking them down. A giant stomp across multiple Knights here. Paladin currently ensnared and in trouble, but quickly throws up a Divine Shield in order to stay alive still. Paladin now going to look to back up. This Griffin army finally changed into Knights, but still no weapons upgrades at all. I am surprised to not see sundering armors, considering the amount of Raiders and Headhunters we're looking at, as all of a sudden things could switch back the other way. Spirit Wolves not taken down. That low hit point Knight. Tauren Chieftain going to try and come across, and, well, puts his foot down again. More damage coming across here. Low hit point Knight. Oh, gonna get devoured and Evil just eaten once again as the Paladin trying to keep its distance once more. Knight's going after the Kodo Beast. Kodo Beast has units in its belly. Holy Light is gonna be in time. Yes, it is. And one Knight gets regurgitated, trying to go after those big units again. Archmage could be in trouble. Holy Light saves it once more as that, well, Staff of Sanctuary transferred over, and now the Paladin able to save that unit once again. All right, well, leaving a Knight behind right there. The Water Elemental could perhaps just be stopped, try to get in some damage, perhaps cause some problems again as the Griffins are there. There goes a quick well, a quick ensnare, but are you going to try and stick around in this fight? Kodo Beast, well, no longer in play as both of them were taken down and the Knights were regurgitated. If those Knights stayed in the belly of the beast, so to speak, 2 extra Knights would be gone. So very big play there. Archmage still alive right now, trying to stick around. Paladin, Divine Shield once more. Tauren Chieftain going to get taken down, but will get back up again. There it goes. It gets a last minute parting gift once more as we're going to be looking at the Tauren Chieftain resurrecting at half-life. That's not a spot you want to be in either. Griffin's going after the Farseer. Farseer down to 170 hit points. Tauren Chieftain also low on hit points as the Tauren Chieftain trying to shift back away. What can you really do at this point as the units are all trying to head away? Tauren Chieftain now down, and with that, that might be the game. A level 5 Tauren Chieftain, a level 6 Farseer, not enough to finish out and finish off the heroes that we saw here. A level 5, a level 4, a level 4. Beautiful, beautiful micro coming in from Yumiko. A great matchup back and forth. He was able to hold that line for so long and then be able to come back. How long he countered Knights with Raiders and Kodos. Well, no, the Raiders were there. The Raiders and the Headhunters were there to counter the air units, being able to ensnare down the Griffins and those Dragonhawk Riders, kept them in place long enough, and then those follow-up attacks really did a lot of damage. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this game.